what are the CEOs that you talk to, your members, what are they saying about where we are now as to where we were 6 months ago, and what do they foresee for the future?
Sure. You got a pretty good pulse on that, Mike, because I talk to a lot of CEOs of small and mid-sized companies, and because we do in partnership with the Robbins School of Business at University of Richmond, a quarterly economic outlook survey. And I just got the numbers in from the last one. They'll be public maybe tomorrow. But we ask a bunch of CEOs, and we got about 60 responses to this one. Tell us about, what do you see in the next 6 months? Is your employment going to be up, the same, or down? Sales, capital spending. And then the smart people at the Robbins School of Business mush that into an index. And the good news is the index has been up the past 2 quarters. So our audience is fairly optimistic, is what I would say. At the same time, what I hear is they're seeing slowdowns in various places. So I was with someone this morning who said, I've got lots of proposals out there. The pipeline's full. It's just taking longer to get that contract signed. People are a little more hesitant. And then on the development side, if somebody's thinking about buying a new building, retrofitting, capital expenditures, the interest rates being higher than they've been for years is giving people pause, slowing down some of that development.
How did your members, we haven't talked for a while, how did most of your members come through COVID? Like what was their memory of it? I know a lot of people I talked to, some were kind of, shocked, not shocked to say, but hey, we did pretty well during COVID. They didn't feel right saying it.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. You feel a little hesitant to say, well, COVID was great for me, but I would say for most of my members, that was the case. They did well. They adjusted quickly. They took advantage of the money the government was pouring onto the economy, legally and ethically. But it was a weird kind of downturn. I mean, as you've seen the numbers, it went all the way down and then it came almost all the way back up. And so for most businesses, they adjusted quickly. Maybe they found some opportunities in the chaos. So
one of the things that people always think about, and we had a conversation, we're going to touch on it down the road. People think the CEOs have all the answers, but your organization does things so that the CEOs can talk to other folks, and it doesn't have to be industry specific, but they have the roundtables. Explain to their listeners and viewers what that is.
Sure. So the main thing we do for these small, mid-sized company owners, CEOs, is provide them a peer roundtable. And a peer roundtable is 8 to 10 other CEOs, no competitors, suppliers, customers, family, investors, a very impartial group of people, because what you're there to do in this confidential setting is to share your challenges, your opportunities, your hopes, your fears, and then learn from each other. So for example, a person might bring to the table one day at their roundtable, I have this opportunity to acquire this other business. I've never done an acquisition. I don't know how to do this, and put that on the table. And then there will be various people around the table who may have had that experience. I would say the most common issue that comes to a roundtable is around people, because people's the biggest challenge, in leading any organization. And just the perspective and the sense of calm and the I didn't think of that kind of moments are really powerful. The interesting thing, Mike, that drives our process is confidentiality and vulnerability. So it's an entirely confidential thing. You can't share what goes on in there with anyone, not even your spouse or your partner. And that allows for tremendous vulnerability, the ability to say anything and everything without restraint. And for most people, and I would say more for men than for women, women are better at this. But for men, they have no place where they can do that, where they can drop the armor that they wear every day that says, everything's great, I'm fine, and say, I'm not fine and I'm afraid of this, or I'm ashamed of this, or I'm worried about this, or I have this dream that I'm afraid to tell anybody about. And that's a really powerful thing for a business owner.
What level do you have to be at to join your organization?
So to join, you have to be a CEO, whatever your title, you're the buck stops here person in an independent organization. And that organization has to do $1 million in annual revenue and have 5 employees or FTEs. Our average member, again, 7 million, 35 employees, but we have lots